In this tutorial, we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4-1, June 2017, from question number 6 onwards. Question number 6. Part A, expand the brackets and simplify. To expand the brackets, we have to multiply 4 by this term here and 4 by this term here. So 4 multiplied by 2x will give us 8x, and 4 times 5 plus 20. Now multiply with the signs. Negative 5 multiplied by 3x is negative 15x, and negative 5 multiplied by negative 7 is positive 35. Add the like terms together with the signs. So 8 minus 15 will give you negative 7x, and plus 20 plus 35 will give you plus 55. Moving on to the next part, x minus 7 square. If you have x minus 7 square, it is like the identity a minus b square. We can use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square. If you learn the art of doing this, you will be able to solve it very fast. Like it will be x square minus 14x plus 49. Now suppose you didn't know the identity and you want to solve x minus 7 square means x minus 7 multiplied by x minus 7. You can expand the brackets like this, x multiplied by x multiplied by negative 7. Or you should know that if you have a square, and if you have an x and an x here, you will write x multiplied by x square. These numbers, add them together. Negative 7 plus negative 7 is negative 14. Put an x. And then you multiply the numbers. Negative 7 multiplied by negative 7, positive 49. So you can choose whichever ways that seems easier to you. In B, we have to solve for x. There are different types of question given to us. We have to make x the subject. For B1, we'll move the 5 to the other side. The sign will change. It will become negative 5. Negative 12. Always remember that if you have a number here as a fraction in a numerator and a denominator form, the denominator when you move to the other side will be your numerator, and the numerator will be your denominator. So this will give us negative 18. The other question is again expanding. So 4x plus 9 is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 will give us 6x, and 3 multiplied by negative 7, negative 21. Bring the x's on one side and the numbers on one side. So negative 2x is equal to negative 30. Divide negative 30 by negative 2 and you will get 15. Therefore, x is equal to 15. In part 3, you have a square. We are still going to use the same method. The negative 1, when you move to the other side, will become positive 1. Therefore, 3x squared is equal to 75. Now divide 75 by 3 and you will be left with 25. We have to find x, and we have a x squared. So when we remove the x squared, we have to square root the other side. And whenever you do that, you have to put a plus and a minus. Unless it is length or width or something like that, you have to put a plus and a minus. So you have two answers. X is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 5. Question number 7. A line joins the points A and B. Part A, find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. To find the coordinates of the midpoint, you need to use the formula x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. It's nothing complicated. You just need to add the two x's. These are the two x's. We add them and divide by 2. And for the y, we add the two y's and divide by 2. That will give us negative 0.5 and 3. Part B, find the equation of the line through A and B. Give your answer in the form y is equal to mx plus c. For finding the equation of the line, you need the gradient and you need x and y. We have been given x and y. You can choose A or B. To find the gradient, we have to use the formula. This is the formula. Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So the gradient is the y on the top, 8 minus minus 2, this minus minus 2, and negative 3 minus minus 2. Sorry, positive 2. And we will get negative 2 as the gradient. Now in y is equal to mx plus c, substitute x, y and the gradient to find c. You can choose whichever point you want. I'm choosing B. When x is 2, gradient is negative 2, x is 2, y is negative 2. So negative 2 is equal to negative 4 plus c. This negative 4, when it comes to the other side, it will become positive. Our c is 2. After you find your c, you replace your gradient and your c. Gradient is negative 2, x, and c is 2. So we just replace the m and the c. This is the equation of the line. Part C, another line is parallel to AB and passes through the point 0, 7. Write down the equation of this line. When it is parallel to AB, any two lines which are parallel have the same gradient. So the gradient of this line is going to be negative 2 because that is the gradient we found here. And the same way we are going to replace in y is equal to mx plus c. Y is 7 and x is 0 and m is negative 2. So 7 is equal to c. Again, we'll replace the m and the c. So negative 2x plus 7. This is the equation of the line parallel to AB. In D, find the equation of the line perpendicular to AB and passes through the point 1, 5. When two lines are parallel, the gradient are going to be same. But if two lines are perpendicular, then the gradient changes. It becomes negative 1 over m. Our gradient was negative 2, correct? So now our new gradient for the perpendicular line will be negative 1 divided by negative 2, which is going to be half. And we are going to substitute x and y. So y is equal to mx plus c, where y is 5, m is 1 over 2, 1 plus c. The same thing we have first to find c. 5 minus half is our c. 9 over 2 is c. Your equation is y is equal to half x plus 9 over 2. But we are supposed to write it without a fraction in the form ax plus by plus c. Because your denominators are same, you can write it as x plus 9 divided by 2. This 2, bring it to the other side, it will become a multiply. 2y is equal to x plus 9. And we are going to bring this 2y here, so it will be x minus 2y plus 9 is equal to 0. That is the equation of the line perpendicular to AB. Question number 8. In this question, we have been given ABC are 3 towns and the bearing of B from A is 110. Bearing of C from B is 280. Find the bearing of A from B. Because B is on your right hand side of A, you need this whole bearing. To find that, we just have to add 110 plus 180, and that will give us 290. So it's a very easy question. You just need to understand the concept that when the inside bearing has been given to you and you want to find the outside bearing, you just add 180. Okay. Next, calculate angle BAC. BAC. We found out that this whole bearing is 290 and this is 280. So this little part here is 10 degrees. When two sides and one angle has been given and you want to find the third angle, we are going to use the sine rule. The sine rule can be used when you have, like, this angle is there and the opposite side is there. We are supposed to find A. So you need to have the opposite side, but you don't have it. So we are going to use first the sine rule to find C, as we have the opposite side for it. Okay. So we will write sine C over A. The small a is your side. 50 is equal to sine 10, the B1, this part, over the side opposite to it, which is 38. Therefore, sine C is equal to sine 10 over 38 times 50. You can put in a calculator now or just continue and then in the end put everything together. You want to find the angle, so when you remove the sine to the other side, it will become sine inverse. Sine 10 over 38 times 50. And we will get 13.2. So in a triangle, we have found two angles. To find the third angle, you know the sum property of a triangle is when you add all the three angles, it equals to 180. Therefore, to find the third angle, we have to subtract from 180 the other two angles, which is 13.2 plus 10. And the answer we get is 156.8. This is the angle BAC. I hope it is clear. You need to know your sine rule. It really helps to know all your rules. Part B. Town A has a rectangular park. The length of the park is x meters. The width of the park is 25 meters shorter than the length. So if the length is x, what is the width going to be? X minus 25. And the area of the park is 2200 square meter. Show that x square minus 25x minus 2200 is equal to 0. To find the area of a rectangular shape, we use the formula length times width. The area is given to us, length, and also the width is given to us. We'll expand it and we'll get x square minus 25x. We have to make it equal to 0. So this number we bring to the other side and the sign will change. And we showed the same equation, x square minus 25x minus 2200 is equal to 0. B2, we have to solve the equation and give your answers correct to two decimal place. Whenever we have to give the answer in two decimal place, we use the quadratic formula or completing the square. So this is the equation we use. A is the coefficient of x square, which is 1, and B is the coefficient of x, which is negative 25, and C is the constant, the number without x. We just have to replace in this equation A, B, and C. Remember, there's a negative B. You already have a negative B. So negative and negative B, put it in a bracket, plus and minus. Also remember to put negative 25 in bracket, minus 4 times 1 times negative 2200. And this whole thing is 2 multiplied by a, which is 1. You can put the whole thing in the calculator and you will get the answer, and we will get 25 plus or minus 5 square root 3772. Therefore, x is equal to 25 plus 5 square root 377 over 2, or x is equal to 25 minus 5 square root 3772, and this will give us 61.04, and this will give us negative 36.04. So these are our two values of x, 61.04 and negative 36.04. It's a 4-mark question, very easy to get these 4 marks. You just need to know this formula. Question number 9. Part A, the nth term of a sequence is 8n minus 3. Write down the first two terms of this sequence. So in place of n, we'll put 1 and we'll get 5. And then in place of n, we will put 2 and we will get 13. So the first two terms are 5 and 13. A to show that the number 233 is not in the sequence. 8n minus 3 will equate it to 203 and find n. N always has to be a whole number. It cannot be a decimal or a fraction. So 206 divided by 8 is 25.75. Like I said, n cannot be a decimal. Therefore, 203 is not in this sequence. Part B. Find the nth term of this sequence. First, we need to find the difference. To find the difference, we have to find the difference by the second term subtracting the first term. So 19 minus 13 is 6. So every time you are adding 6. We use the formula a plus n minus 1d, where a is your first term, which is 13 here, and d is your difference, which is 6. Open the brackets up. 13 plus 6 multiplied by n, 6n. Negative 1 multiplied by 6, negative 6. And this will give us 13 minus 6, which is 7 plus 6n. You can solve it directly without using the formula. Whatever is your difference, we write it with n, so 6n. And then from the first term, subtract your difference. 13 minus 6 plus 7. So this way is also workable. Now the next one. This seems a little different. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. And 14 plus 8 is 22. The difference is not constant like we had in the first case. Let's find the second difference. 4 plus 2 will give us 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. The second difference is constant. When the first difference is not constant and the second difference is constant, it means it is a quadratic equation. And there's a formula to solve it. We will get an equation in the form an square plus bn plus c. We need to find a, b, and c. To find a, the rule is you write 2a. Always it's going to be 2a equals the second difference. What is our second difference? 2. So 2a is equal to 2. Therefore, a is equal to 2 divided by 2, which is 1. To find b, we use the equation 3a plus b is equal to the first difference. First term of the first difference, which is 4. Replace the a that you found, which is 1, plus b is equal to 4. So 4 is equal to, b is equal to 4. This 3, when we bring here, it will become minus 3, 1. Therefore, b is equal to 1. Then we have the third equation, a plus b plus c is equal to the first term. First term is 4. A is 1, b is 1, and we need to find c. 2 plus c is equal to 4, therefore c is equal to 4 minus 2, which is 2. We are supposed to write it in this form, an squared plus bn plus c. A is 1, b is 1, and c is 2. If we simplify it, this will be n squared plus n plus 2. It's not very complicated, just 3 things remember. 2a, 3a plus b, and a plus bc. And then remember, 2a is equal to the second difference, 3a plus b, so you're going upward like that. 2a is equal to 2, 3a plus b is equal to the first difference, and a plus b plus c is equal to the first term. Part C. The second term of this sequence is 20 and the third term is 50. The rule for finding the next term in the sequence is subtract y and then multiply by 5. Find the value of y and work out the first term of this sequence. So 20 minus y multiplied by 5 will give us 50. Open the bracket up, 20 multiplied by 5 is 100, and negative 5 multiplied by y, negative 5y is equal to 50. Bring this 50 here and the negative 5y there. So 100 minus 50 is equal to 5y. 100 minus 50 is 50, divided by 5 is our y. So 10 is equal to y. Now that we have our y, we have to find a. Let the first term be a. Therefore, a minus y multiplied by 5 is equal to the second term, which is 20. Here I showed you how to expand the bracket and solve. I'm showing you another way here. If you see that this number is divisible by this number, no need to expand the bracket. You just bring it to the other side. This is a multiply. When you bring here, it will be divide. So 20 divided by 5. But before that, we'll replace the y with 10. And 20 divided by 5 will give us 4. This negative 10, when it goes to the other side, will be positive. 10 plus 4, 14. So a is 14 and y is your y is 10. And this brings us to the end of this exam paper. I hope I've helped you. Thank you for watching.